My name is Elliott, and I'm here to inform you guys about the greatest place in the world, which is Seattle. The importance of this speech, personally, it seems like a relatively unknown city on the West Coast. A lot of people will visit San Francisco. A lot of people will go to Southern California. They'll go to San Diego. And we do get some tourists in Seattle, but I'll generally talk to people on the East Coast. And some people, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me, have never been to the West Coast. And then a lot of people out of that have never been to Seattle. I think it's a great place. You know, obviously I'm not here to persuade you guys, but it's a great place in the future to visit. And I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of what Seattle's about. I'm going to discuss the layout, my neighborhood, Capitol Hill, a little bit about the coffee scene, which we're well known for, being the origin of Starbucks, and the music, some great food, and just things to do in Seattle. Here's a layout of Seattle. Essentially, PowerPoint connection's bright. Over here, so you'll see, generally, since we just won the Super Bowl, we're well known for CenturyLink Field and the Seahawks, which is kind of on the corner of downtown and the industrial Georgetown area. So it's about right here, and that's where you can see it looking over the water by the bay. That's kind of another great place that a lot of people know. West Seattle is literally looking off, and it's a great place to get a view of the downtown skyline. A lot of the pictures that are taken of the Seattle skyline with the Space Needle will be from right here, which is called Alki. It's a beach along there. As I said, I'm from Capitol Hill, which literally borders right into downtown, very urban spot right there. The Central District right above it is where I went to school, and so that's pretty much the heart of Seattle right there. Queen Anne is a little bit more of a suburb. It's located off to the side. And Magnolia is even further, not really a part of the city. But actually, Ballard up here, which doesn't really make sense in the graph, like Green Lake and Ballard are actually closer and more centrally located than the spots off to the side here. Generally, everyone that lives in Queen Anne and Magnolia will kind of stay in their own little world. There are a lot of really nice houses with obviously gorgeous views, because this is the Elliott Bay. And then there are literally mountains on the other side, and then there are the San Juan Islands and the Orcas Islands right here, so there's just a ton to look at. So there are these gorgeous homes along the side here, along the side in West Seattle. There's another island off here called Vashon Island, and it's just literally breathtaking view. So in here, a lot of where the city goes on. Out here, there are just a lot of view homes and almost like summer destinations. So Capitol Hill, to little foreshadow, this is my favorite restaurant of all time. I'll discuss it later. It's called Jamboree. But this is just kind of what some of the streets look like. Little small shops, restaurants. They're just this is 15th Avenue. I live on 10th, so just head right over, and this is a pretty famous area in Seattle. A lot of small coffee shops. Great places to eat. You know, none of us are, well, one of us is 21 in this room, but
just
you know,
barely.
some great bar scene. There's the Liberty is actually, it's like a sushi and bar place, which is kind of common in Seattle. So that's a little bit of the culture of Capitol Hill, to give you guys a little feel. This is Volunteer Park, which is on 12th, so it's kind of in between where I live and 15th Avenue. And this is the reservoir at Volunteer Park, which literally, if you see right there, that is the Space Needle. It has trees that open up and have a view from this gorgeous reservoir looking over the skyline, and on a clear day, there are actually mountains surrounding all on the backside of the Space Needle, and it's one of the most gorgeous views that I've personally seen. This is an example of the bar scene that's kind of common on Capitol Hill. We are well known for having like a lot of like hipsters and people who ride like fixie bikes, which are bikes that don't have brakes or gears, but literally braking is going backwards, and then there's one gear going forwards. And they'll cruise around those and drink PBRs and they just wander around. And but there are definitely a lot of places where the bar scene is just kind of young people. It's a little bit edgy on Capitol Hill. But that's kind of another view of the street back there. Just a lot of big apartments with bars underneath, and generally kind of at the end of the day everyone comes in and hangs out at the bar and talks, and there's just a lot of communication, and there is a lot of diversity. There are just all walks of life going to meet in the same community and hang out. This is just an overview of Capitol Hill. This freeway goes right along. On the right side, if you go further down from this freeway here, will be CenturyLink on your right side, and then downtown a little bit closer up. If you go left, on the right side will be where I live. It's kind of back that way. But this is what Capitol Hill looks like. A lot of old apartments, old buildings. We've maintained a lot of family businesses, so there will be little businesses attached to the apartments in the bottom. But it's just kind of still a green place, a lot of trees in the middle, and it's just pretty interesting. The coffee scene is what Seattle's relatively known for. This is Vivace Espresso on Broadway, and it's literally you walk up off the street and people will be kind of either heading to work or leaving work, and generally heading to work hopefully with the espresso. But they'll just stop right in and talk, have some espresso on the way, and keep going. That's kind of what a lot of the espresso places look like. This is Seattle's chicken noodle soup. It's called pho. It's a Vietnamese soup, and it's rice noodles with either beef or chicken. And along Broadway, there are just tons of pho restaurants. You can get a giant bowl of soup for $5, and it's just a great thing. Another walk-in restaurant. This is kind of our famous burger spot. People, again, just walk right up on the street and grab burgers and get going. This is Jamboree that I was talking about. It's amazing Thai food. But we're really well known for our music scene, actually, and kind of supporting everything that comes from Seattle. So the reason that Macklemore got big is because of this. This is Capitol Hill Block Party, and we literally just pack the streets and support anyone. If it's Macklemore or the Blues Scholars, which are another Seattle group, we always support the people that come from Seattle. We are crazy about anything that comes from Seattle, a ton of town pride, because there's no better place to live. You can go 30 minutes from my house and end up in gorgeous nature. You can go skiing.
Okay, thank you.